A very good day to everybody. This is the last topic of Introduction to Computer Science. This is Python 3 for loops, nested loops, break, and then continue statement. Okay. So this is especially for you, my dear students and young researchers, and you can reach me at dr.christoananth@gmail.com. So before beginning the session, once again, let me thank God for giving me this opportunity to deliver this useful session to share my knowledge among my fellow national, international participants, students, and young researchers. Right. So in this class, we'll discuss about for loop statements in Python 3. Then we discuss about the flow diagram and its range function. Then we try to iterate by the sequence index. Then you use the else statement with the loops. We combine else statement with a for statement that's going to search for even number in a given list. Then we discuss about nested loops. Then we discuss about nested for loop to display multiplication table from 1 to 10. Then we have loop control statements. We discuss about break statement, its flow diagram, example and output. And finally, we are going to end this class with a continue statement about its flow diagram, example and output. Okay. Right. So this is for loop as we discussed in the case of C++. Okay, like we'll have in Python for statement. So that is going to iterate over the items of any sequence, maybe like a list or maybe like a string. Okay. So here we have the syntax for iterating variable in sequence. We have a block of statements. So which means that if the sequence will be containing this expression list, so it is evaluated first. Then the first item in the sequence is assigned to the iterating variable called as the iterating variable, iterating var. So next one, the statements block will be executed. So which means that every item in the list is assigned to iterating variable and the statements block will be executed until the entire sequence is exhausted or maybe finished. So this is the for loop flow diagram. So here you will have for iterating variable in sequence. We have a set of statements. So it will go to item from the sequence. Okay. So then it will proceed to the next item from the sequence. So it will be going on to execute the statements. Then once again it will be going on to the loop. So if there are no more items in the sequence, then it will break out. Then it will go to the end. Okay. So this is the flow diagram for the for loop. Okay. So here we'll be having the range function. So here we'll be having the built-in function range. That's a right function to iterate over the sequence of numbers. So here we'll be having an iterator of arithmetic progressions. So here we'll have range of 5, range from 0 to 5, then list of range 5. So if you go for a list of range 5, it will be listing from starting from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll have 5. Okay. So here the range function, it is going to generate an iterator to progress integers starting from 0 up to n minus 1, maybe 0 to 4. Okay. So to obtain the list object of the sequence, generally it is typecasted to list function. So now the list can be iterated using the for statement. Okay. So here you will be having for variable in list of range of 5 and print the variable. Okay. So here you will be printing 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. So this is an example of how you can utilize in the Python. So USR bin Python 3 for letter in Python. Okay, that's a traversal of the string sequence. So print current letter, which is nothing but letter. Then print function fruits, banana, apple, mango. Here you will have for fruit and fruits, that's a traversal of list sequence. Print the current fruit. Okay, and then you print goodbye. So here if you can see current letter, okay, in the Python, okay, so that will be go for P, Y, T, H, O, N, that will be printing. And after that the current fruit, here you will have banana, apple and mango. Okay, so it will be printing banana, apple and then mango and then goodbye. Okay. You can also iterate through each item by the index offset into the sequence itself. So maybe you will have USR bin Python 3 fruits, banana, apple, mango. Then for index in the range length of fruits, print current fruit. Okay, so the fruits of index. Okay, and print goodbye. So here you will have current fruit banana, current fruit apple, current fruit mango. So everything you will be printing as a single statement, okay, for index in the range length of fruits, okay, and after that it will be printing goodbye, okay. So you can also use else statement with the loops as well. Okay, you can also use else statement with the loops as well. So generally we can use the length of built-in function, okay, so that will be providing the total number of elements in the tuple, okay, as well as the range built-in function, so that will be giving you the actual sequence to iterate over. So Python will be having an else statement associated with a loop statement, okay. So if the else statement is used with a for loop, okay, which means that the else block will be executed only if the for loop terminates normally, okay, or maybe if you are using break statement, then it will be terminating. If the else statement is used with a while loop, means the else statement will be executed when only when the condition becomes false, okay. So this is the combination of else statement with a for statement that is going to search for a even number in the given list. So here you will be having usr bin python 3 numbers. You will have 11, 33, 55, 39, 55, 75, 37, 21, 23, 41 and 13, okay. So here you will be having for num in numbers. So if num modulus 2 is equal to 0, which means that the list will be containing even number, okay, and then break, and else case print the list does not contain even number, okay. So here if you can see everything, are odd number. So in this case it will be printing the output the list does not contain even number, okay. So here you will be having nested loops. So Python programming language allows the use of one loop inside another loop. So that is how you will go with nested loops. As I told you many times, one loop inside another loop is nested loop. So for iterating variable in the sequence, again for iterating variable in the sequence, we'll have statements and then statements, okay. So maybe if you can use with a while expression, like while expression, then within that while expression, then statements, then statements. So here for loop can be inside inside a while loop, or maybe while loop can be used inside a for loop, okay. So you can use it vice versa. So this is a nested for loop to display the multiplication tables from 1 to 10. So here you will be having usr bin python 3 import system for I in the range 1 to 11, for j in the range 1 to 11. So here you will have k is equal to I multiplied by j, then print k, okay, then end statement print. So here this end, okay, so this end will be appending a space instead of a default new line, okay. So numbers will be appearing in one row rather than as separate lines, okay. So here we'll be having print function, so that will be executed at the end of the inner for loop, okay. So this after this inner for loop will be executed. So here if you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then again 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, then 3 times 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So this is the loop control statement. So here it is going to change the execution from the normal sequence. So when the execution is leaving a scope, all the automatic objects that were created in that scope were actually destroyed, and Python will be supporting the following control statements. Here you will have break statement that is going to terminate the loop statement, and it is going to transfer the execution to the statement immediately following the loop. Then you will have continue statement. Here it causes the loop to skip the remainder of the body, okay, and immediately it is going to retest its condition prior to the reiterate. Then you'll have pass statement. Here pass it is being used when the statement is executed or may be required syntactically, but you do not want any command or maybe code to actually execute it, okay. So this is the break statement. So here you can use it for the premature termination of the current loop. So maybe after abandoning the loop, the execution at the next statement would be resumed, just like traditional break statement in C programming, okay. So here the break statement, whenever some external condition is maybe triggered requiring a hasty exit from the loop, you can use for this one, okay. So break statement you can use it in the while loop and maybe for loop, and if you are using nested loop, the break statement stops the execution of the innermost loop and maybe starts executing the next line of the code after the block. Okay, so here you will be having break statement. So pretty much like after everything, like we'll have break. Okay. So this is the flow diagram for the break statement. Here you'll be having conditional code, then it will be going to the condition. Okay, so if the condition is true means then the loop will goes on. Okay, then afterwards it will go to break. Okay, if the condition is false, if it goes out, or maybe break also it goes out. So this is how you are going to prematurely exit out of the loop. So this is an example of break statement. So USR bin Python 3 for letter in Python. So if letter is equal to H, break. So H if it comes means it will break. Okay. Print current letter. Okay. So second you will have, for example, variable equal to 10 while variable greater than 0. So here you will be printing current variable value. Variable equal to variable minus 1. So it will go on 10 minus 1, 9 minus 1, 8 minus 1. It will go on. Okay. And if variable equal to 5 means then it will break. Finally it will print goodbye. So here if you can see current letter P, Y, T and next one is H. But here if you saw in the first example, if letter is equal to H means it will break. Okay, so that is the reason it is not printing H, breaks. Okay, and similarly current variable 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 and after that if variable equal to 5, break. So it will not print the 5 and afterwards it will print goodbye. So this is use of break in a for loop iterating over a list. So here you will be inputting a number which is actually searched in the list, and if it is found means the loop will be terminating with a found message. Okay, so here you will be having USR bin Python 3 number equal to integer, input any number. So numbers you will be having the list of numbers. For num in numbers, if num is equal to no, okay, that no, print number found in the list. So if number is equal to no means like print number found in the list and it will break. Else case print number not found in the list. For example, here you will be having any number. Okay, any number if you are entering 33. Okay, so it will show number found in the list because it is equal to no. Then because it is present, 33 is present. So again any number 5. So here 5 is not present, which means that number not found in the list. So you can also use continue statement that is going to return the control to the beginning of the current loop. So when encountered, the loop starts the next iteration without actually executing the remaining statements in the current loop iteration. Okay, so here the continue statement can be used with both the while as well as the for loops. Okay, so here you will be having syntax that is continue. Okay, so conditional code, it will go to condition. If the condition is true means it will go to the loop. Okay, otherwise it will, you can go for continue as well, that also once again goes for the condition. Okay, only if the condition is false then it will be exiting out of the loop. Okay, so here you will be having an example USR bin Python 3 for letter in Python. Okay, so if letter is equal to H, continue, print current letter. Okay, that's a letter variable. You can have this example also. The next example also you can have variable equal to 10 while variable greater than 0, variable equal to variable minus 1. Okay, so if a variable is equal to 5, here you will have continue. Okay, so it will continue. Okay, print current variable value. Okay, and print goodbye. The difference is that here if you can see current letter PYT. Okay, here you had if letter is equal to H, continue, which means that H will not be printed but next one ON will be printed. And similarly current variable you will start from 10. Okay, so that 10 it will not be printed, 9, 8, 7, 6 and after that if you can see if variable equal to 5. Okay, continue, which means that 5 will not be printed but 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 and finally goodbye. Okay. So this is the independent work for you: OS, operating system, language translators, security, privacy and data integrity. I've already given them in the Google Classroom. Please complete them. I will be checking them. Okay.